Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Shows, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about a couple of different topics as they relate to Melody Cherie. One, I want to give my commentary on seeing Nene reach out to Melody in her comment section on a post. Why I feel a couple of different ways about that. It is a mixed bag for me. And then I want to talk about Melody's Easter. It was really, really cool. And we're going to take a look at not just her IG stories, but I want to play when she shares the audio of the kids having a ball in the bouncy house. I think that is just such a wonderful memory. So before we get into it all, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on these Instagram clips are allowed. Okay, so I know that you all have heard about Nene being in Melody's comment section on a post from all of the amazing content creators here on YouTube who covered it. I believe I saw it first on Diana Rose's channel, I think, and I definitely saw it on Here for Hot Tea's channel and some others as well. So I've been grappling like with my opinion on this because you know how when your inner intuition, it may give you some sort of like warning, like it could be someone that you don't even know if you're at the grocery store and someone walks by or they're in the same aisle as you and you can just feel the vibes and you just feel like warning. Dr. Simone from Married to Medicine, she gives me warning. I feel it all throughout my body, my mind, and my spirit. Strong negative energy, warning. Martell Holt, major warning. And I have to say it. Nene's comment, it gives me warning. And here's the thing, I was trying to almost like self-betrayal. I was trying to ignore the feeling. And I just have to say it, like, I just have a bad feeling about it, and I do want to go through my feelings and break it down. So, number 1, okay, she commented publicly, and I get it, like, everyone it's not like Nene has had desk jobs, corporate white collar jobs where she has had to create documents or she's had to email some other professionals on the job. If she does not create documents, she does not have to create procedures or any sort of documentation. I get it if she doesn't really feel the need to be professional. I know that if it was me and I had a talk show and I wanted someone to be a guest on my show, whether I'm making a public comment or I'm sending a DM or an email, I'm definitely going to say, "Hello, Melody. I've been trying to reach you," and I would write out YOU and I would use the period. So, but that's just me, I am a stickler for things like that. I do love like a grammatically correct sentence. I do. It is the nerd in me. So I accept that about myself. I love that about myself, but that's just me. Okay, fine. But she reached quote unquote, talked about reaching out to her publicly. And I just kind of thought, when people do that, sometimes it could be almost like putting you on notice. It's like a passive aggressive way of trying to make you respond. And then also, if they do it publicly in front of everyone, they're hoping that you will be less in tune to be an asshole because it's public and you wouldn't want anyone to think that you're an asshole. Oh, so let me pull back and let me be nice. She's almost just in my opinion, from my perspective, it's like she's almost trying to twist Melody's arm. I know she can't twist her arm virtually or even in the physical sense, but it comes off like you're trying to definitely make sure you get a response and one that you would want because you're doing it in front of all of her fans and her supporters. So that just like turned me off because if you've been trying to reach her, you can send her a DM. All of us who are fans of Melody Cherie, we know she is interactive. And it's not like you're a total stranger to her, Nene. I imagine she would feel more comfortable responding to you than me. She knows who you are. She knows you're in Georgia. She knows who you are. So I mean, you could just DM Melody. And if it's really like that, if you've been trying to reach her, you could call her on Instagram as well, perhaps. So that just for me, I was like, I don't like that public, stance, letting all of us know that you've been trying to reach her. So I just thought that that was weird. And I felt like, again, she knew that Melody's fans would alert her. And it was just kind of weird. Like she's just trying to force some sort of response from Melody. Also, I'm going to state the obvious. Nene obviously is friends with Carlos King, one of the executive producers of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And he was even on the very first episode of her talk show on her YouTube channel. They've been working together since he joined the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she's interviewed with him on his channel. I believe that they have a very good business relationship, a very good rapport. And I would imagine she would definitely get her intel from Carlos or whoever is helping her produce. I assume it's Oliver Twixt, because when all of that drama went down a few weeks ago between Funky Dineva and the blogger Michelle Brown, remember Funky Dineva threw Oliver Twixt under the bus and said, even Oliver told me that when you went on Nene's show that you smelled bad. And I'm paraphrasing. So if Oliver Twixt is Nene's producer, at minimum, he may get some Carlos intel about Melody from Carlos King, and that's going to help frame the questions that she's going to ask. I just don't assume, I don't really see Nene putting in the research herself. I could see her depending on others, and I could be wrong about that, but that's just my opinion, how I view her. And I could totally see her saying, "So girl, what's up with your fans? I hear your fans. What are they? The meters? Did they show up at somebody's warehouse and they be acting?" I could totally see her doing that. And we know how Melody feels about us. She loves us and we love her. I don't think that she would take too kind to that. And I could see Nene going there just based off of her interview alone with Latasha Scott from the R&B group Escape. Just the messiness. I could see her going there with Melody, but if she went about it with the wrong people, such as the millimeters, I just don't think that that would be cool. And so, and then on the flip side, if Melody's team reached out to Nene and said, here are a list of things that she's willing to talk about, here are the things that she's not willing to talk about, I don't know if Nene would respect those boundaries. What if Nene is still treating her new talk show like she does reality TV? If she's treating her talk show and her guest the way she treats reality TV, oh my gosh. And she could be, because it's like on her platform, her YouTube channel. It's not like she's dealing with a network and she has to consider their standards, their rules, their procedures. And it's not like she has like that formal agent or manager. She could have a team with an agent and a manager still to tell her, well, don't do that. She is a celebrity and she's given her boundaries. Let's try to adhere by those. I don't know. And then even if she has people to tell her that, I don't know if she would listen. So I just have this bad feeling. And, again, I was grappling with this commentary, but I just want to speak my piece. And it's okay for me to have an unpopular opinion. I am totally fine with that. But that was just what it was giving. And then it could be a setup to make the blogs in a negative way. So that was just something that did come to me, and I just wanted to share that. But I know because Melody is a spiritual woman and she is a very smart woman, whatever decision she makes, I do believe that God is ordering her steps and everything will be okay. And if she did choose to film on Nene Leakes' talk show, and Nene did choose to try and shade the millimeters, I know that Melody can handle it well in a very classy and professional way. And perhaps it would be a teachable moment for Nene, and she could raise Nene up to that level. But definitely, I would just say going forward, Nene, you want to do I've been, I apostrophe VE, or just type that all out. I have been trying to reach YOU with a period for your talk show, at least. So now let's talk about Melody's beautiful, beautiful Easter celebration. I love the visuals. I love the decor. So this is why I wanted to share it. So I got all of these visuals from Melody Cherie's IG stories. I'm sure that you follow her on Instagram. And she had this welcome sign, welcome, he is risen, with the cross and the flowers. I thought that was great. And you walk into the dining area and there's Easter decorations on the mantle above the fireplace, and she has a beautifully decorated table with the menu on everyone's plate, and beautiful Easter bunnies and Easter eggs as the centerpiece for the occasion. And we even see Risen over by the window. And I just thought it just made me so happy. And I just definitely wanted to share. I know everyone may not be on Instagram, or you could have been busy hanging out today. You haven't had a chance to check your Instagram yet. So I thought that this was gorgeous. And I think it's amazing how she was just in LA on Friday. She did an 8-hour TikTok live, flew back to Alabama, packed everyone's orders, and then last night she started preparing for the Easter dinner celebration today. So Melody Cherie's energy level is definitely through the roof and definitely admirable. And she says that this weekend has been everything from taking Jesus to TikTok shop on Good Friday to packing orders while listening to gospel on Saturday and finishing the night with the movie The Passion of the Christ with the kiddos, to church today and now getting ready for Easter dinner prepared by Striker Eats. Hashtag so blessed and hashtag thankful. God gets all the praise and glory. I thought that was a beautiful message. The Passion of the Christ, that is definitely an impactful film, directed by actor Mel Gibson. And it's a wonderful and important piece of cinema for sure. And she had the bouncy house for the kids. I thought this was awesome. Melody has created such a life for the Eminem children. I love seeing a Black family do so well financially, where she can give them experiences that they'll always hold dear to their hearts, a pleasant and safe childhood, really great education. And they're just going to be these well rounded, well cultured Black Americans who will be productive in our society. So it gives me a lot of pride. It makes me really proud and really happy, and I just love to see everything that she can do for them. And the menu, it included all sorts of meats, including glazed ham. They had turkey. She loves rice. They had rice. They had green beans. I'm going to show some of that to you. And this was just another shot of the dining area and the risen. I think that that is great. A lot of times, we do emphasize, and it is something major that Jesus did do for all mankind, all of the races, both genders. He didn't care if you make a lot of money or if you were popular. If you read the scriptures, Jesus spent a lot of time with people who weren't very popular. And he didn't care about folks' looks. The lepers, they were isolated from society, but he healed them. One came back and thanked him. So he didn't act funny about people because they weren't rich and fair and beautiful. But a lot of times people focus on him hanging in that uncomfortable, unnatural position for hours and them stabbing him in his side and giving him the vinegar to drink and giving him the crown of thorns. And that is definitely a lot that he went through for you and I, but he also rose. And that is like our hope. That's a new beginning. That is a new job. That is moving into your home that you bought. That is a new relationship. That is new health after going through a health crisis, whatever it is, that newness, or it could be the new life after a divorce. Everything is in that resurrection, all of that, all those good things. So that's why, spring is the season of love. And they had some delicious foods, and it looks like punch. Whenever I see punch, I think of like church punch, and how sugary and sweet it is. And so they definitely had a feast thanks to Striker Eats. She said, today was everything. Hashtag perfect. So I'm so glad that they had a fabulous Easter, and I wanted to share that with everyone. And now I want to prepare to show the kids' reaction to when they were playing in the bouncy house. I thought that it was just so awesome. So here, let me get into that so you all can see it. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and hit play. I'm going to mute my mic so that there is no echo. So please hit the like button. Thank you.
So Malia and Bones just came out and saw the bouncy house while I was working in the house. Y'all having fun? Yeah. Huh? This is the best Easter. Oh, thank you. You're welcome, baby. So Malia and Bones just came out and saw the bouncy house while I was working in the house. Y'all having fun? Yeah. Huh? This is the best Easter. Oh, thank you. You're welcome, baby. Y'all so
Okay, so I wanted to share that, they were playing in the bouncy house. And, I always felt like Martell thought that he was hurting Melody or even like hurting us millimeters by her not being able to really show the kids on social media. But it is something about hearing their voices and that joy in their voice from playing in that bouncy house. And they're like, this is the best Easter ever. Thank you. And they're so happy. That's just joy unspeakable that nothing can or no one can stop or take away from them. So I just wanted to share that. And because he lives, we can face tomorrow. That is Monday. It is not going to be a manic Monday. We are all going to have a magnificent Monday. And so, whatever you have to do tonight, just go ahead and get it done. And I'm speaking to myself. I have to make my overnight oats for breakfast tomorrow. And it is very healthy. It's just oatmeal with almond milk. I put like a little peanut butter in it and cinnamon. I stir that up and then I add the blueberries. Then in the morning, I'll top it with some yogurt and raspberries. And that is breakfast. I make it in a mason jar. It is oh so good. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight before I go upstairs and take a shower and go to bed. And so I hope that you all had a fantastic Easter and everything is going to be all right, no matter what. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.